Great. Here we go. So we have our image in. We have our light boxes. We have our slideshow. And let's continue down the path we're on and do some more amp. Next thing we're going to do is the accordion. The accordion is pretty cool. Once again, in order to have an accordion, you have to grab the script. You know that by now. And let's put it in the head right under the title. Like I said, you can put it wherever you want, but I'm putting it there because look how much more organized that looks. I know exactly where to look for them. If I, for example, take off the slider, I'll probably take off the JavaScript library as well. Help it load a little bit faster. So I put in the carousel or the accordion script, the script library, and then there's just this default. Notice that it starts out with this amp custom. I'm probably going to take that off. So when you actually go through this, that's going to be gone because you know where this goes. This is the style sheet. It goes in the amp, the style amp custom. So here it is right here. Style amp custom. I could put it in there just like that. And then wherever I want the accordion, I'll take this green code, just like this. And I think I'll put it in the div that we created called accordion. Here's a video. Content for amp 4, because it's 4 columns. Accordion goes here. There it is. And if we save it with those things in place, we go look at it on our site. You can see that there is an accordion. Now what's cool about this accordion, there's a whole bunch of things cool about this accordion. We can put HTML in here. We could put images. We could put slideshows. We could put forms, iframes. We could put anything we want in here. Okay, now you can see that these colors are pretty ugly. So when we've pasted the style on the top, you can see, here let me separate it so you can see, here's the amp accordion. We see the background is red. We'll just save that. We'll just make it blue, 369. And I'm just going to change everything that is red to the blue. Oh no, let's make it green so that it matches our site. 060, as you know, in the hexadecimal, the center. Here's another one. There's some kind of red border. It's going to be green now. Okay, so now we have green. Now we're going to see that there's an expanded blue. That's your H1. Let's go take a look. Here's the blue. Now it's green. Okay. So let's just call it orange. So the H4 is the background color of the titles of the section. Let's see. It's the color not selected. There. When we select them, they turn that green. And there we have it. Now, you'll notice that on the tool, there is also a nested accordion. This is kind of cool. It gets a little bit more complicated, but you might find it's handy. Let's just grab that code and replace it down there. Okay, where's the accordion? We're looking for the accordion. There's the notes with our wonderful light box. Here we go. So let's just grab that accordion. You can see where it begins. You can see where it ends. Let's just paste the nested. Okay, and we go back to our site. There it is, section 1 and section 2. But look, when we hit section 2, we have nested section 2.1, and we have section 2.2. And so you can have nested as well. It'll close them up and open them up. So it gets pretty complicated there. But you can see how that could come in handy. Okay, that's accordion. Now, if we were to grab, I don't know, if we were to grab one of our light boxes, like in Notes 4, just copy that. And we can go down to our accordion, and you can see any of these bunches of content. I'll just paste it inside section 1, and you'll be able to see that once you have an accordion, you can put pictures in there as well. And they are the light box. You close it up. So you can not only, you can put pictures in there, you could put videos, you could even put the slideshow. Go to the slideshow. You think? There's the accordion. Slideshow. Begin carousel. I guess that's the official title of this component. Let's go to the end. Carousel sliding. And let's go down to our accordion. Here's our carousel. So we're going to grab our carousel. And carousel. Copy this. Go down to our accordion. Alright, what am I thinking here? Alright, calm down. Alright, so it'll be in our nested section 2.2. Let's just paste that in there. And as you can see, once you have that accordion, you can do some crazy things with it. Add all kinds of stuff. Here's 2.2. And there is our slideshow inside the accordion. And like I said, you can do HTML. You can do pictures and everything. So there it is. And it's a good way to kind of hide things if you want to present them in a Alright, so that's the accordion. Nested accordion and regular accordion. I love it. Alright, what else can we do? That's the accordion. Now let's go to the iframes. Now iframes are an interesting thing. Iframes are good because there's some things that you cannot put on an AMP page. But what the iframe does is it takes something that has a URL, for example, on the web, and you can put that URL inside this iframe. So let's do that. I don't think we made a place for it, but let's say we want to put, I don't know, let's say HTTPS. It has to be an HTTPS Musafer.com. Alright, Musafer.com. Because, notice this, it has to be lower on the page. The reason why that is because AMP wants the external page to have time to load before people get to it. And so, by putting it lower on the page, while people are reading the content on the page, that external URL, in this case Musafer, is going to load. Okay, so it has to be lower on the page to preserve the person's or the visitor's experience on the page. So you know what we got to do. Got to take this red script. Got to put it in the header. With all the others. And then let's just put this in the footer since we didn't really have a place for it. Let's just put it in the footer. See, we can designate how wide we want it to be and how high we want it to be. So I don't know, let's make it 400 because we're trying to fit us. We'll need to do that once we get it on the page. Okay, let's go put it in the footer. Forgot all about that. Then give it a place to put it. Put a place to put it. Okay, so here it is. Here's the accordion. End row with the footer. Okay, so here it is. I found it. It's a good thing I have those comments because it makes it a lot easier to find. Okay, here's the iframe, and we'll put the width. I wonder if 100% works. Well, it looks like it's responsive, so I'm thinking that it will. Okay, let's give us some space for our beautiful iframe for our page. And then we refresh and go down to the footer. There it is. So I took my entire site, my Moosifer, and it is now a part of my website. Now remember, this has to be HTTPS. Google's really trying to go for this this secure thing going on. But basically, I took this entire site and stuck it in an iframe, and therefore it will be. Let's see if it's responsive. I haven't messed too much with this. But let's see. Is it going to be responsive? Yes. Even the items inside. Yep. Because see, here's my. It's basically an AMP page inside of an AMP page, and it also is responsive even inside that iframe. That's pretty amazing. Isn't that cool? So you can slide through that iframe. So you can put a e-commerce site in there. A lot of advertisers that require external JavaScript, for example, have to put their advertisings in the iframe because external JavaScript cannot exist on an AMP page. So if you have anything that's not allowed on AMP, you can stick it inside. Oh, well, see, looky here. It didn't detect the width to get rid of my nav like we did in the other part, you know. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, I haven't messed around with too much with that, but you can see how handy that could be by and by. But you can't. Oh, there it is. Look. That must be the way I just coded Moosifer because like the button bar did disappear. Anyway, so that's what the iframe is all about. There we go. All right, so that's probably the way I coded Moosifer. All right, so that's the iframe, and remember, in order for it to function, it has to be near. Well, it has to be quite a distance. I think it's like just under 700 pixels from the top in order for it to work. Okay, so let's go back. What else can we do? So that's the iframe. And let's go and do, okay, well, let's go do a YouTube. Now, for the YouTube, you have to have a YouTube code. So I'm just going to go to my channel, and I'm going to look at a video that I want to place on here. And what I got to do, what I have to do, is grab that code in the URL that comes after the v equals. Not the whole thing, just that little bit of code. Okay, and I'm going to close, well, let's turn this off. I'm going to go to my AMP tool, paste it in there. So it looks like that YouTube really slowed it down. Oh man, don't tell me you got to put another red thing in there. So the red part course, goes in the head. Wow, that YouTube really slowed down the site. I think I'm going to just close it. Slow down my computer. This computer is so old. Alright. So now I'm going to take that red code, put it into header with all the other external AMP JavaScript libraries. There it is. AMP YouTube. Go back to the tool. Grab the remainder code. Copy this. Go back. Let's find our video. Okay, that's the section. Those are the notes. Here we go. This contains ends and notes. So this does the video. Okay, so it looks like it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. So I'm going to paste my YouTube video code right here. And let's see if it works. So I'm going to scroll down. Now watch. There it is. There's my video. And it doesn't begin to autoplay until it comes into view. Okay, as soon as it goes out of view, it stops auto-playing. As soon as it comes into view, it starts playing. Notice it is also on mute. So it stays off until it comes into the viewport, and then it starts playing, but it plays mute until your visitor plays it. And as soon as it goes out of the viewport, I think, maybe not after you start it. No, once you start it, it's going to play. Alright, so that's the YouTube. That is the YouTube placer there. It is also responsive, which means that as we, I need to explain it. As we shrink it down, the video becomes small. When we shrink it way down to the phone, it loses its float, and there it is. It takes up the 100% because it also has that responsive. Alright, so that's the YouTube. Alright, so we've covered a lot of things. We covered the iframe, we covered the YouTube video, we covered the accordion. The auto, you can imagine, is basically just finding an MP3 and doing the path to the audio. So if it was one on Mooseloose, of course it has to be HTTPS. Sorry to inform you about that. So you're going to have to get a security certificate on your server to make some of these things work, but they're really inexpensive, and generally your hosting service will set that up for you. So let's just suppose that there is an audio file somewhere on Mooseloose. I think there's one. Ringy dingy. MP3. I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure that there's one called that. So I'm going to grab the code for the audio, move it up. I'll be perfectly honest, I've never done this one before. I've never done the MP3, and so we'll find out what it looks like. Okay, we'll do that together. Okay, so we'll just grab that. Let's put it in the right bar underneath our picture. So let's find the row that contains the section in the right bar. Okay, here's the header. Here's the nav. And here's the row containing the section in right bar. There's the section, and here is the right bar. So I'm going to paste it underneath. Let's see what this does. Let's see. I'll be perfectly honest. I have no idea. We're going to learn about this together. We even learn if the responsive tool works in this regard. There it is. So that's pretty cool. You can put a graphic and then put an audio underneath. So that's pretty nice. All right, let's go to Daily Motion. Daily Motion. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing on this page at this time. And we can also get, let's see, Kim can, we're going to do that. We're going to do the Italian tour. Let's see. So let's look at this on Daily Motion. This is just like your normal, like YouTube. It's a competitor of YouTube, in case you've never heard. Trump is not welcome on her show. Alright. So I am thinking that we have to get all of the code after the video slash. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to close it. Because it seems to be taking up a lot of space. And so I'm going to go to my Daily Motion. Paste in the Daily Motion code. Oh man, there's a script for that too. You'd think they'd have one just for video, but no, here we go. There's nothing we can't handle though. Let's go up to the title. Paste it after that. So we got a lot of external JavaScript going on here, but it's all coming from the AMP project. Alright, so we'll grab this. And let's put it underneath our audio. So we're looking for the right bar. Okay, here's the section. Here's the right bar with our image. Here's our audio. And let's put our Daily Motion right under that. I'm hoping that this is the code. I'm pretty sure it is. If not, we're close and you'll be able to figure it out on your own. Yeah, we got so much junk on this website now. Okay, where's our audio? Okay, there's our audio, and there is our Daily Motion underneath. Oh, hey, I guessed right. So there's your Daily Motion video. Looks like it's just kind of like the YouTube, only it's from Daily, in case you prefer that. Oh, comes out the ad first. Alright, that's junk. Alright, so there it is. That's how you do it. Looks like it's gonna, we can skip in seconds. Alright, well that's a Daily Motion. Let's see, I think I could almost cover it. Yep. Okay, now, here's an interesting thing. Well, with that AMP navigation is the button. We did that first. This code for the regular site. Let's explore this. So let's say I'm going to do this, and this is a version of, it's an AMP. Wait a minute, let's go. It looks like the Daily Motion finally loaded. Yeah, so it finally loaded. Alright, so, well, where was I? Oh yeah, let's say you have two versions of a site. Let's say you have a desktop version and you have an AMP version of the same site that's done with AMP pages. Well, what you're going to do is try to put some code on your regular site so that when the browser goes to that site and discovers that it is less than 340, the person's browser or device is less than 340 pixels or 480 here, right here, then it's going to take them to your version, your AMP version. Let's just say amp.mooseloose.com, and of course it's going to be, you guessed it, https://. So you would put this code in the head of your regular site, your non-AMP site. So if you have two sites, one regular for a large screen, and then you created like a companion site that is basically the same thing with less foo-foo or even less content, you can paste this in the header of your regular site. When somebody comes to your regular site, it has a viewport, so it's going to detect the size of the person's screen, and so it creates this alternate link, and it will take them to the AMP version of the site. So that's what that does. So basically that's what that does. Okay, so there you go. One last thing I want to show you is, remember how we had this light box, and we said that if there is a light box already installed, you can put this on there on the light box, and it'll turn into a, well, I mean, on the on the carousel. But if you put this on it, the carousel becomes a light box. Well, you can copy that, and you can put that also on an image. Remember, we just put a regular old image in the right bar. Here it is. This is just a regular old image. There's no light box associated with it. All you have to do is put that button code on it, and it becomes a light box. It won't work on a video because the video has the view in full screen, and so it won't work on that. So let's see if that picture becomes a light box. There, it did. So your regular old image can be turned into a light box just by adding that button code to it. Okay, so we did a lot here. Learned a lot about iframes, video, and accordion on this. So replay it if you need to. Let's do one more thing. Let's get rid of the script that, number one, will throw errors in the AMP validator. Let's get rid of. No, we'll do that in the next video.